What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Flying Brown's Garage. So in today's video, we're actually going to be working on Shaggy's build again. It's back and we are going to finally finish it because we have a meet in December at the Summit Racing in McDonough, Georgia. We want to be able to take this along with this. So we're going to be working on this today. Let's get started. He wants me to shorten the throw. So I'm going to have to cut some out of here and do quite a bit to this thing. I'd go ahead and mount the seat too. It's a pretty nice seat he wants me to put on there. Alright, so he wants a different seat. I'm removing this one. Not sure about mounting this seat. It's going to be kind of hard. Probably going to have to build brackets. So, let's see what we got for seat brackets. Had to go run and grab a light real quick. The metal is now in a cabinet. So, let's see what we got. I know what I got. Yeah, I know what I need to make it out of. Perfect thick sheet metal for a bracket. Right out here. Right here. I'll turn this into a seat bracket. Perfect. Hey, goob. All them deer up there caught me by surprise. Oh, y'all can't see their eyes in the camera, but I can see them clear as day. There's like 7 of them up there. We got the charger. I need to clean that. Mike did say he's coming by. He's just running late. He'll be here in about an hour, so we're gonna put this battery on charge, and then we're gonna go up to the truck since I really need to cover carburetor. We're going to go ahead and put the air breather and everything on it real quick. Alright. I need a door key. Very nice and smooth. Like that. Wish we had time to work on this right now, but we don't. But I do have time to put this bad boy on real quick. Alright, so first off, puller plate. Take this old ring off. I found the one that came with this carburetor. Put it on. Drop our open up this filter. Get it out of the packaging. Anyway, put it in. Lid on top of it. Oh, that's pretty. That brings the whole engine together. Wow. Throw this in the back of the truck. Yes, I do have a rag. It's going to well, it's like a little better. Yeah, looks pretty good up there. Alright, now we ain't got to worry about her. Good deal. I'm just going to leave it under there. Just shut that back. And the air breather is now in the truck where it belongs. Keep critters and crap out of it. We'll go out here to the shop, continue on with this build. Alright, part of the bracket is done. It's going to be tight because got to drill it and bolt it in instead of screw it. And that gap right there, from there to there, is actually from here to here. So it's close. We're just going to have to make it work. Let's get the other bracket made up and mounted on, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's drill out our holes in this bracket before we make the other one. Alright, good thing I still have some decent drill bits. Got our holes there. Got our holes there. So now, let's get this other bracket we made on the other side. And, oh, we still got to file it down and all that good stuff. Well, let's get to it. Alright, we got our brackets mounted. All we have to do left, I've got it screwed in here and here, here and here, and then all four of these are screwed on. I'm going to leave this plate on. We're going to cut it off, this little post off flush with the plate, so it's just the plate. And then all we got to do after we cut this off, drill two holes, get it on the body, line it up, and drill our holes in the body, get it fastened down, and then we should have boat seat on a mower. Alright guys, I'm calling it a night out here. It's getting cold. We've got our brackets on. We just got two more holes to drill here. Mike came by and sidetracked me. We were taking a look at the general since I got the lights done and all that good stuff, and talking about his build and Shaggy's build and everything else. So yeah, got a little sidetracked, but no big deal. I will be back out here on this tomorrow. Mike did say something about maybe going and picking up his mower from Shaggy Small Engines tomorrow. I'm not sure, either that or Saturday, but either or I'll be out here at some point working on this yet again. Get that seat on there, and then we can actually work on the clutch pedal, shifter, toe point, a whole bunch of stuff. So we'll make a list of what needs to be done, and we'll be out here tomorrow to tackle that list. See you guys then. Alright guys, it is the next day. Back on Shaggy's build. We're going to be mounting a seat here in a little bit. I'm actually going to check my battery on the General, because we had it on charge last night. Make sure it's charged up. Yeah. Definitely nice and charged up. It's at like 14 volt. Good deal. Alright, we got a different seat on the General now. Better seat, nicer seat. Not all messed up like that one. Cracked up and busted up and coming apart. I like these because they're the rubber that goes over the frame with the cushion under it. So this seat will be a lot better. I'm starting to acquire a few of those, so those are good seats. They don't come apart or anything like that. Let's see, I've got one on a tow rig already. It's not the same seat, but it's the same style where it has the rubber goes over the frame, and then this seat is the same exact way. And we're gonna put this on my wife's tractor because she wants that kind of seat. It also has a nice high back for her. Just a good seat altogether. So yeah. So let's get in here, get to finishing up his seat on his, and all we got to do is drill 2 holes, and let's see. I hate when this thing gets twisted up. Flag here. It likes to get twisted. There we go. Let you fly. Yeah, we got 2 holes to drill on this side and to chop this post off. So let's get that done so we can go ahead and get his seat mounted on here. See how it's going to look, see how it's going to work. And everything will have good seats. And then we'll probably move on to, gotta drill this out. He wants to add a toe point to the front too. So, might have to do something with that. But for now, we'll drill this, get his seat mounted, and redo the clutch so it is shorter and he gets better throw out of it. Well, what it's going to look like. Sure, the high back for that, but that's what he wants. Probably going to put some more air in that tire again to lift it back up to its normal stance so I can get a better idea, but that's new to me. Never thought I'd put a boat seat on the lawnmower. Hey, I guess there's a first time for everything. Let's see. Don't look too bad. Okay. Good deal. I guess let's get this post cut off the bottom and get this seat mounted up. We can call that done. Move on to reinforcing our gas pedal here, drilling out our toe point, shortening our clutch, and then probably adding a toe point to the front. Alright, we just went through, marked all of our holes with Sharpie. Yep. Can't see them. Now it's time to drill them. Alright, we have our 8 holes drilled. And everything's drilled here, so it is ready to go on. I just need to get some bolts to secure it and get it held down, and then we can mount this thing on there, get it bolted in place and done, and move on to the gas pedal we're going to do first, and then I might do the clutch second. Come back here and drill the hole for the toe spot. That should hold. That's some pretty thick steel. So, but yeah, that's the plan. Let's get it executed. Alright guys, we got all 8 bolts. They're not matching, but they're in the seat. She's mounted. You can close it and open it. So, now that that is on, we're going to move on to our pedal over there. I've got a piece that I want to cut out and weld to it. We're going to chop it right here. Just take this nub off and then cut it like right in here, and that's the perfect bend for that to be supported. So let's go ahead and get that done. Alright, we got our pedal gusseted on the side with a nice piece of pipe there, and everything is nice and tight and sturdy again, so he has a nice throttle pedal. now we're going to move on to over here. I'm not going to shorten, because I have some time to do this. I'm not going to shorten this as much as I'm just going to cut out a notch and kind of fold it back some and then weld it back together. So let's do that, and then I'll probably call it a night. My food's here, so I'm calling it a night, but we did get this kicked back and welded so it's not straight up and down anymore, it's at an angle. It's still kind of close. I might need to do it in another spot too, maybe down in here tomorrow. But I'll be back out here again tomorrow to continue on with this build and hopefully get this thing tied up by the end of this video and be able to ride it for once. It's been a long trip on this one and I really want to ride it. So, see you guys out here again tomorrow. Day 3 or 4. Back out here on the MTD. I'm going to start off this morning, or today, by saying y'all be sure to go check out Mad Mechanics of Manchester on Facebook. And I will let y'all know when Mad Mechanics of Manchester gets a YouTube channel. Also, be sure to go check out Shaggy Small Engines on YouTube, Shaggy's Repairs on Facebook, and also we have a mower group now on Facebook. It's called Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. So y'all come join and share your builds, ideas, ask questions, whatever. But I'm not going to blabber too much. Last night we came through here, we mounted our seat, we gusseted our gas pedal, and we came over here and notched this to fold it back. I'm not sure that folding it more back is going to be a good thing. It's going to put it at too much of a, I don't know. Maybe I can attempt to cut it here and do another bend on it. See if that will hold. But so far, this is what we got. We're probably going to work on this today and get this a little more away from the tire. It is a little too close on this unit. I feel like I will be having to do the same on my MTD. MTDs aren't the best to build off of, guys. They're kind of complicated. The bodies look cool, but it is really hard to actually build one off of and get it right. So that's what we're facing. But that's a can of worms that we opened. So if you're going to start a project, finish it. And I got to finish this one for sure. But I wish I was building off of a Craftsman. Well, let's go ahead and get into this for today. I'm waiting on Mike right now. He's supposed to be messaging me soon, and we're going to Shaggy Small Engines to pick up a mower for him and 3 engines that I will be doing some videos on as well. So let's get some work done while we're waiting on him, and hopefully he'll call me soon and we can go get another mower. But so far, that's our angle. It was straight. We're back to here. So we're getting there, just a little more. I think this is more efficient than shortening it like he wanted to, because shortening it is just going to be harder to push the clutch. With it tilted back, it's going to be away from the tire but still up enough to be able to hit it with a big foot. So let's finish this up, and I've already talked to Mike. By the time I get this finished, I should be able to go get him, and we'll go get this other mower. Just a little info on this. It's going to be Mike's build. I traded him a hell of a Summit Street and Strip carb for the truck for this mower, and he's going to be taking the MTD panels and putting them on his mower, because we have a whole new idea for the MTD, and he don't like the body that's on it already. So we're going to be keeping that body. He's going to be using that body. Everybody will be happy, and it's going to be a cool build. So y'all stay tuned for that one. There's going to be a few videos on it. One for sure, will it run? So we got to do a will it run video. Other than that, yeah, we got another one coming to the shop, and I'm excited about it. So with that being said, let's finish this up and then go pick Mike up, and like I said, y'all stay tuned for that video, and we'll go get us a mower, clean it up, get it running, and do some modification work on it, pass it on to him for him to do the paint work, and I think it's going to be a cool build. So y'all be sure to stay tuned for that video. But enough of me blabbering. Let's get this finished and tied up so I'm done with the clutch. Alright. We got our clutch angle perfect. There's 3 bends. 1, 2, and 3. It really helps keeping it from the wheel. Now I can turn the wheel without hitting the clutch with it down. So that's what we were wanting to achieve, and we got it. So we will be extending this axle. Shaggy wants me to stretch it out. It's going to be a little bit pain in the butt, but whatever. Then want to show y'all drilling the hole process, because I mean, like y'all ain't seen me drill a million of them. Figured that was a little bit boring, so I just do it myself. But the toe point in the rear is done. Now, he did say he wanted one in the front, but I got to figure out how I'm going to attach that first. It's going to be a little bit of a task. But let's see, where are we at here? I do need to add in a kill switch. So there's always that. Okay. I did say something about the safety switch down there he wants gone. I guess let's take the hood off, because we're going to need to access all the good stuff. What I might do is I might drop the bottom down, because we're done with that for now. And then come here and lift the front up. I might even turn it around. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, now that we got the front end lifted, let's go ahead and pull the hood. Get that off so we can get to a few things down here. Alright, we got our hood off, and this is what we're looking at. It's got a leak coming from that governor. Alright guys, like I said, I got the hood off. I had to take a picture for a guy that bought one of my mud mowers. Actually, he bought the red one from that kid that tore it up previously, and he wanted a picture of how I set up V-twin throttle and everything, because he put a V-twin on it. So we're going to take a pause at this. I'm going to go inside and take a break, and I'm going to call and see if Mike's ready to go, and we'll be back on this either later tonight or tomorrow. So I want to take a quick second, make a new little commercial thingy, whatever you want to call it. Y'all be sure to go like the videos. YouTube likes that. Comment down below. YouTube likes that. We're still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers to get monetized, so if you're not subscribed yet, be sure to hit that subscription button and hit the all notifications bell. That way you're notified every time we put out a new video, which is at least once a week at this point. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram. The only one that's different is these Snapchats and Avatar. The rest of them are the same profile picture as the YouTube channel, so you can go to those platforms, type in Flying Brown's Garage in the search engines. You should find me, and we post different content to those as a sneak peek to what is coming. Also, be sure, if you want to, come join us on Facebook at Flying Brown's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. We have a group where we're trying to build like-minded folk to come around and share your builds, share your ideas, and maybe even plan a get-together ride or something. So y'all be sure to check out all those things, and stay tuned for the newer videos. If y'all want to check out some of the older videos, we got a bunch of stuff back there in playlists. So if you're feeling a little like in a little Flying Brown's Garage mood, y'all can go back, watch a bunch of old videos, and stay tuned for the newer ones. And let's go ahead and get back into the shenanigans of the video. Alright folks, it has been a while, and such a while that we have, if you watch the channel, you know we got a damn door now, so I don't even have to keep showing that. But it's been a while since we had worked on Shaggy's MTD lowered mower, and he has supplied me with some brand new tires and wheels. We do have another axle to extend the front axle, and all the stuff to go with it. So we're going to go ahead and go in the back and get this thing, because it is sitting in the back, and it has been for a while. It was sitting over here on the secondary lift, but I got to where I just put the rat rod up there, because it's actually the length of that, and it took out all the space that I was losing here and opened me up so I can just, you know, bring stuff in. So we'll bring it in here, put it up here, and then get to work on getting the front end extended, getting the belt system on. I've got to do a pulley on the engine, I do believe. We've got to do a clutch pulley. It's not going to be a speeded unit. It's just going to be an FNR, so forward, reverse, neutral, but I'm sure I can get it up to about 25 miles an hour in a forward gear, and that should be enough for him. Diff's already locked, and we did already do a bunch of stuff to it, so let's go ahead and finish this thing up so we can get it back to him, get this thing out of our hair, and worry about other projects. And I know you guys are wanting to see it moving, and I'm wanting to ride it, I'm not gonna lie. As much work as I put into it, I'm kind of wanting to shred it and see what it does. So yeah, let's get to the project at hand. Alright, did a couple things in the shop. I took my Christmas lights out from behind the door over there, because they were on the mower, the yard art mower, but that's going to be turned into the cop mower. So I moved our wood tote down here, drilled a hole in it so we can strap our door, and then I moved the yard art in the back there, so it's actually behind the shop where all the other mowers are. We got Shaggy's mower out from back there. I've still got to go put one mower back because I had to move some things out of the way to get this out. But now that we have it in here, we're going to drag it up here and then start tearing into this thing, getting to work on getting this thing moving for the first time, and the whole time I'm even messed with this thing. I've never ridden it ever, so let's get it going. Alright folks, took a little while, a little bit of dragging, but we got it in here. I got it lifted up in the front to that point right there, and then we got 2 jack stands up under it to help support it. We're going to go ahead and start tearing off the wheels and everything on the axle. Boy, this bushings will wore out anyway. Good thing he got new shit. But we'll start tearing off the wheels and spindles and getting the axle ready to cut and extend. Also, I will be pulling off the varidrive assembly and this shift lever. Remember, we're just going to do the FNR, and he'll have enough speed out of it. He'll be happy with it. So that's going to be the plan, and yeah, so let's get to work tearing this thing down and getting it ready for the new extended front axle pulley swap, and I think just kill switch. So let's get this thing done. Alright folks, so I then got a little ahead of myself here. I've already stripped all this, the spindles, the wheels, all that stuff off. I've actually started cutting our other axle. So that is what we're going to put on, and we're probably going to cut like in here. That way we have our maximum extension on our axle, which will probably be out to there. That'll be a little much, I think, but you know what? That's what he wants. Axle extension, so that's what he gets. Big difference. So we'll cut it here on both sides. We'll finish cutting our axle over here, and then we can have our ends start worrying about chopping that down and doing our extensions. Alright, so there is the rest of the axle that we cut out, and then there is our extensions. They are both the same length. which is good stuff. So these are ready to go on, except for a little filing on the sides, which I'll take care of those in just a second. Here in a second we'll get on chopping the axle on the mower and getting these ready to go in place. I'm going to butt weld them and then grind them down and then plate them front and back and probably bottom and top. So it's going to require it. It's going to be the weight of the machine. So let's get to work, get these cleaned up, and then I can get to cutting this axle, and we can start getting these in place and extend this axle. Alright folks, well I haven't cut the other side yet, so don't fret. I have cut this side, and I think I'm going to go ahead and start mocking up one side and getting it welded in, because I have some bracketry there to plate it. And yeah, I'm kind of ready to get this axle together. Let's get the welder out, do a little bit of tacking. Alright, well, we got a partial weld up there. We still got to weld down this side and up top, and then we got to plate across the top here and then plate the back. But so far it is looking like an axle. Alright, well, that's looking good. We've got one more bracket to throw on, and I'm going to put this in place up here and then weld it to the back. Only thing is, I just noticed we are out of welding wire. Just a little bit left on the roll, but luckily Shaggy with Shaggy Small Engines has supplied us with this roll here and this roll here. I do believe what he's been doing, it looks like he got a big fat roll of wire. Maybe someone gave it to him, or he bought it, or got a good deal on it or something. He's been taking his old rolls and spooling them himself. Hey, I think I'd probably do the damn same. I'll probably do a couple more, actually. I got a couple of empty ones now. But yeah, that's pretty smart. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish out with that roll, then we'll add us this one, and we'll keep on trucking with that side. Alright folks, got everything welded. Got a plate up top, plated and plated, plated. Angle wire comes across. All the seams that aren't touched are welded. I'm just going to do the same with the other side. So I did not weld and then grind and then put all the plates on. I just plated the shit out of it. It'll be good. Not the prettiest thing, but it'll sure hold. I'm kind of using scrap out of what I got. He didn't supply me with metal. I mean, he did, but it's so thick I ain't cutting that crap. It'd eat my blades up. So, yeah. That's done. And I guess I'm going to assemble this side tonight before I go in. So, let's get the bushings in it and slap it together. got the bushings in, but this needs to be cut, and so does this guy. So yeah, let's chop this down real quick so we can assemble this and call this side close to done tonight. I still have to tomorrow weld on a tab for the steering arm, but no big deal. No big deal at all. Let's get this chopped real quick. Alright, we're still out here at this. I just cut this piece, and I think I'm going to weld this to it, like so, and make a steering arm like that. And then we'll weld it in here, and then we'll have our steering. Rest of it will just kind of be plug and play. But that's kind of what I've come up with so far. So I'm going to go ahead and fire my welder back up. And I'm going to get to knocking this. Alright, we got our piece made and welded. So there is our spindles, can go in like that, and there's our steering arm. Might even make it easier to steer, honestly. But now that this is all back together, steering for this side is done. A little close down there, but you know what? It'll be alright. That looks pretty good. Now all we got to do is move on to the other side tomorrow and knock it out. And then we'll have us an extended axle. That tire sure does stick out though. It's not too bad. Oh, well, looky there. I know I kept hearing something. There's another washer. Let me go put that on real quick. Now that fits a lot better. It's got a washer on the front and back side. It's actually got a grease zerk in there. It's pretty nice. Oh yeah, that clears a lot better now. Tire's a little wobbly from assembly, but whatever. I didn't buy them, so he said they were $50 for the pair. Aired up and ready to go, so I guess can't complain. Yeah. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, and I'll see you guys back out here again tomorrow. We will finish up the other side and then start focusing on the drivetrain and a kill switch. And then we can have this thing up running and ready to go. Alright, it is the next day. We're back out here on Shaggy's mower. Last night we did the steering. Today I've been working on getting brackets for the other side ready. I've yet to cut that off, but we'll do that on camera here in a little bit. I'm having to charge the Dremel because I was trying to get those angle brackets apart, because it's actually bed frame and it's riveted together, so I was cutting it apart and it died, so got to charge it. I did come over here while I was screwing off and hooked up the kill switch. So for now, it's just going to be on his headlight switch. He don't have any headlights anyway, so I'm not sweating it. He can do something with that later. Honestly, once I get it out of here for this time, everything's going to be on him from then on. You know, any kind of maintenance, any kind of wiring, anything he wants to add, that's going to be on him. I think this is the last time I kind of want to touch this thing, honestly. I'm kind of over it. It's drug on a long time. It's not my machine. I don't really have a whole lot of drive to do anything with it. I just really want to get it done so I can move on to other things. Plus, I'd like to ride it since, you know, we've done so much to it, and, you know, all that good stuff. But, needless to say, we've got all this over here done. The only problem is I'm seeing now is that is going to interfere with the steering arm. I'm going to have to extend that way out there. Fun times. Fun times. Alright, it's been a while, but we're back on Shaggy's. We had a issue with the van that we had to solve, and we had to take a few days on this, but we're back on it and getting ready to do that number right there and extend this axle on this side. So I guess let's go ahead and clean up our surface and get ready to weld some stuff. Alright, we got our second side extension plated on. They don't look the greatest, but that's what he wanted, so that's what he gets. Let's get this assembly together so we can get the wheel on. So what I did for this side is I widened out the other clamp, cut it off, and it's clamped just like the other side. So this should be a sturdy deal. Let's put our wheel, tire, and all that good stuff on. Alright folks, we got to lower back down and the hood back on. Tomorrow I'm going to come out here and do the tie rod that connects to both. And then the front end on this thing will be done. All we'll need to do is the pulley system. And that's it. Pulley system and belts and a clutch. Air tires, throw a battery in it, and this thing will be ready to ride. Of course, put some gas in it, stuff like that. But yeah, starting to look like it's going to be a machine. We are very close to done, and I'm very happy with that because I'm kind of ready to get this thing out of here. Ain't gonna lie. She's went on too long. But with that being said, we'll see you guys back out here again tomorrow. We will finish the front end up, hopefully, and maybe start working on the pulleys. Maybe have this thing running and riding in a day or two. See you guys then. Alright folks, it is the next day, and I've been working on Shaggy's mower off camera for some hours now. We've got our front end done. I did some welds to go down. Our tie rod goes across. It's cut out there and there for steering. And on the other side here is steering. Nice turn radius. So also came back here and reconfigured this because we are doing a varidrive application. If it's just one speed, it's just one speed, but I came through and I welded tabs on there and I put a spring to pull the lever back. We've also got our hood back on. I went ahead and put the key in the ignition. We did get the bottom pulley swapped. So front and rear is now pulley swapped, and only thing we are waiting on is a belt. I did contact Shaggy and told him it's anywhere from a 56-inch to a 58-inch belt. So I think he's going to bring one by tomorrow, and I'm going to tell him to get some gas. I also found why the transaxle wasn't rolling. The brake was locked up, so we took it apart, cleaned it, reassembled it. Brake is working, and it's not stopping the transaxle from moving anymore. So that is good. In all reality, tomorrow I'm probably going to roll this outside and we will give it a good bath with pressure washer, clean it up, and then if he comes by, we'll put a belt on it, put the battery back in it, do some adjustments on it, and hopefully ride this thing, see what it does, and take it to the car meet Saturday. It is technically Thursday, but it's 11:43, so it's almost Friday, and car meet is Saturday. I still got a couple things on another video to do on the General to get it ready for the car meet, because I'm taking the General and the propane racer, and it looks like Shaggy's gonna be taking this. So good deal. I'll see you guys back out here again tomorrow, where we will take this thing out of the shop, get it down to the hose and pressure wash this thing off really good, clean it up, and get ready for Shaggy to swing by, fix this thing up, hopefully ride it, and then ship it off with him so he can have his mower. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, hopefully we'll be finishing out this video and maybe actually riding this thing for once. Alright folks, it is the next and second to last day on this video. I was thinking today was going to be the last day, but I got to thinking, we're taking this to the car meet, so I'm probably going to film a little bit of that. Ride around the parking lot, see how she does, all that good stuff. So, with that being said, today, I talked to Shaggy last night. We got the size of the belt, because I don't have one here. I gave him the size of the belt, told him he needs to get one. And that's for the front. The rear already has a belt on it. So he gets that front belt, and this thing's ready to ride. So, we're going to take this out today, hook up the pressure washer, and clean this thing up really good, and get it ready for him, because he may be coming by either this evening or tomorrow to get this. We also need to go ahead and put his battery back in it. I need to pull that out of the mower out back. Otherwise, it's pretty much done, except for cleaning it up, getting the battery in it, getting the belt on it, and doing probably a slight adjustment on the clutch. Otherwise, yeah, it should be ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing off of the lift, get it out there, and get it pressure washed up and clean. Alright, we got it out of the shop and over there. Actually rode it backwards, coasting. First time it's ever been ridden. It looks kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. That thing's starting to grow on me. Let's go out there and get it cleaned up. Ooh, that thing cleaned up really good, guys. Damn. That thing looks pretty damn good. Wow. I took and cleaned out the headlight. Cleaned the whole mower. Also cleaned under the hood. Oh man, this thing looks really good, guys. Now I'm gonna take some photos, send some to Shaggy, post some online, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and go get a battery and get it put in this thing. I put some gas and a little bit of heat in it earlier, and then we'll probably see if it fires up, runs, and shuts off with the kill switch. Alright, we got our battery back in. I guess we're ready to see if this thing will start up and do the thing. It's time. Alright, let's get some stuff to prime the carb. I don't know if any of it got down in there. Now in theory it should have a kill switch. Find out. Well, it does. The only thing is I put the switch in upside down. And that bugs me. So, in theory, that should be on. Off. That's it. She's done. After all this work, it's finally done. So at this point, all we can do is wait for Shaggy to show up with the belt. And then we can probably ride this thing, which has been a long time since I started building this, so actually being able to ride it will be nice. So, I guess I'll see you guys on this video at some point soon when we go to put a belt on it or take it to the car show, one or the other. See you guys in. Alright folks, the car meet got called off today unfortunately, but we just left Mike's. Shaggy had provided us with a belt, and we're going to go back to the shop and see if we can't get his mower going and maybe ride it a little today. So let's do that. Alright folks, we've got a belt. Went and picked that up from Mike's yesterday. Got back and didn't get to this, so we're getting to it tonight. It was raining. I just pulled this thing in here from sitting out front. It was sitting right there. Went ahead and rolled it back in here. I think we're going to go ahead and put this belt on real quick. Since we weren't able to take this to the car meet, and Shaggy hasn't picked it up yet, might as well go ahead and throw this on, and maybe tomorrow we can take it around the yard and see how it rides. See if it does ride. And then if it's done, we can let him come get his mower and be done with this thing. So let's go ahead and put some air in the back tires, because they do leak. Some air in the back tires, lift front end up, throw a belt on it, and then we'll probably call it a night. Come back out here tomorrow and see if she'll rip. Alrighty, we got our rear tires aired up again, so I guess we can go ahead and get this thing up in the air and get a belt on it. Alright folks, we got the belts on. Well, it's kind of hard to see, but belts are on. Let's lower this back down. And you know what? I want to see if this thing will move tonight. Let's see if we can get it to move on its own power. Alright, we got it down. Let's get her to fire up. Might need some choke. Might need some fuel down its throat. Throw it out. Let's get some fuel. Pour down its throat. See if she'll do the thing. Alright, we've bottle fed it. I know it's got fuel. Fuel is on. Why is it being weird? Come on. Damn it. Well, it did move. Damn it. It was moving. Well, we know reverse works. Okay, well unfortunately the battery's dead. I'm gonna go ahead and put the cover back on the breather down there. And then we're gonna let this just sit here tonight. We'll come back out here tomorrow and mess with it, or the next day. But we did get it to move in reverse under its own power, so we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Alright folks, it's the next day. Wish that train wasn't so noisy outside, but what can you do when you live next to a rail yard? So, I'm gonna bring Shaggy's mower in here and charge your battery today. I also need to do some adjustments on the clutch. I think what we need to do is go hook our new jump pack up to it, see if we can fire it up, and maybe we can ride it around a little bit before we bring it in here and do our clutch adjustment. So, thanks to Mike, he lent us, well it's not really mine, it's ours. He said we could share it. He said he's not good at keeping it charged up, so. he said bring it over here, keep it charged, and whenever he needs it, bring it to him. And I was like, okay, good deal. Said it don't really work on cars well, but it works great on mowers. Well, that's what we need it for, guys. So, it's good stuff. Big thanks to Mike. He is always coming in handy. Always. All right. Let's get this thing fired up. Here we go. Alright, it's wanting to be a pain in the ass. I really would like to dish in it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Come on, old girl. Well, it moves, but alright folks, it is the next night. This one's struggling a little longer than I thought, but it's a varidrive. I've never pulley swapped a varidrive, much less locked the diff in one of these or anything. I mean, it is a gear drive transaxle. It is a FNR, but there's not any speeds. The speeds come in with the varidrive system. It's one where it was hard to start and wouldn't move and all that stuff. Well, I found out that our pulley is roached. It locked up. So, yeah, there's that. And here is our belt. New belt. Not new, but new enough. At this point, we need to find a pulley. Get this one off and find one. Oof. That might be a task. I'm not sure I have that size pulley. We will see. But it definitely got roached up. And that sucks. But Let's see what we can do. Find a better one. Alright, got our pulley off from out in there. Here's what it looks like. It chewed shit out of that thing. Damn. No wonder the belt got roached. So, let's see if we can locate a pulley and get it put in place. So we found us exact size pulley, but it has some rust holes. Like just 1 and 2. I'm going to try to fill these in with weld and then come back and then grind them smooth. That way it has a surface to ride on and we can use this pulley because I really need it. Alright, well, as you see, there's one, it's the only hole in the rim was over here. There's our inside of our pulley. It's pretty clean. The only thing I'm worried about now is that last hole. One fixed, one to go. Let's get this one fixed. One side, or one hole, 2 hole. They look ugly from the back side because I didn't grind them back there, but hey, that won't be seen. Let's file. That is just a hair. Oh yeah. That's gonna ride just perfect. Those feel good. Well, we fixed our Holly pulley. And not the Holly pulley you want for mud. Let's get it put on the mower. Well, I'm slightly disappointed now. And that is because it's too late to ride this thing, because it's done. This is our belt system. You see it moving. All pulleys work. I've got the clutch working, so it's disengaging the belt and it is pulling on that brake nice and tight. So he's going to have good brakes. The only thing I'd like to figure out at this point is what I'm going to do for a clutch stop, if I can do a clutch stop. So we will see. But I think I'm going to go ahead and get this thing down off the lift and possibly go ahead and call it a night. Get some of these tools a little more straight. Put his air breather back on. He's going to have to get him a longer choke cable for sure, because I can't. I don't have anything. Alrighty. Well, let's get this thing down off the lift and yeah, all that good stuff. Alright folks, it is the second, well, it's the last day of this video hopefully. We're about to get this thing loaded up. We're going to take this over to Mike's today and we'll see what it do. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get this thing fired up, get it on the trailer, and get over there. Get to riding. Alright folks, so I think I may have figured out the problem with Shaggy's mower. This varidrive's been giving me an issue, but I think it is the rear belt. So I've got this thing tilted up right now. I took the belt off of it and everything. Mike said that he has a short belt at his house. So we're about to run over there real quick to his shop, see if he has a belt that may fit this. And if he does, we're going to go ahead and come back, throw it on. And if test rides and everything goes as well and as wanted, we will take it, put it on the trailer, take it back to Mike's, or go back to Mike's with the mower and ride it around the street, see how it does. Hopefully this is it. If not, me and Shaggy have already discussed going ahead and putting 4-speed in it. So we're going to see if this works. I hope it does, because it'll save me a hell of a lot of work. But if it doesn't, it's getting a 4-speed swap. So yeah, let's get the mics and get that belt. Well, we've already been to Mike's and came back. He didn't have one. It's actually bigger than I imagined it to be. So what we're going to do for testing purposes is we're going to see if a couple of the V-belts on the truck may be compatible. If not, we're SOL. Well folks, just so happens I need a size in between this small one and this bigger one here. And this ribbed V-belt is. So I think I'm going to go down to the shop, grab a ratchet, bust that loose and get that belt off there and see if we can't put it on the lowered MTD and get it going. It is indeed a size between the small one and the big one, I do believe. Let's check it again. Yeah. Alright, let's get this belt put on. Alright folks, well unfortunately so far we have no luck with the belt system. I have searched on everything I own, through everything I own, and I cannot find a belt that fits it. It's either too small or too big. So I'm probably going to try to get in touch with Shaggy tonight and let him know I think all it needs is a rear belt, and we can possibly get this thing moving if he wants to try to do that and pull. So yeah, I guess we're gonna just have to wait until we get a belt. So I'm gonna put this on standby, and I'll get back here on the camera in a couple of days when I get hold of a belt, and we'll see if we can't get this thing moving and quit fighting us. It would be nice after all this daggone work we put in it. Alright folks, it has been a while, but we are finally about to finish up Shaggy's lowered MTD. We got a belt, brand spanking new, just was delivered. So that was our difference in size, and that's why we couldn't get it to move, because we couldn't get a belt that was right size. It was either too big, too small, wouldn't fit. So we're about to jump under this, throw this in, and then we're going to see about firing this old girl up and seeing what it'll do. Alright, we got the belt on it. Let's see if she'll run. Ain't been started in a while. Needs a little assistance. We'll give it some bottle. What the fuck? Really? Ants have made a home in that, I see. Alright. Kill the ants. Give it some fuel. I didn't even squirt that in the carburetor. Baby, move. Yes. Yes. What the fuck is it doing now? It moved in reverse. Let me check the belt system real quick. We're going to try this again. why is this thing such a pile of shit? It really is. I hate that thing. I swear to God, I hate that thing. It's giving me nothing but issues. If I can't get it going, I'm gonna tell Shaggy, he's just got to come get it. I can't keep fucking with this thing. He'll have to figure it out. It's not even going in a fucking carburetor. I hate this machine. Okay, so apparently the adjustment isn't right on the shifter. Alright, so it'll go, but only in reverse for some reason. It is having one heck of an issue. I don't know why it's doing that. But I guess since we've done all this freaking work on this thing, we're gonna take it for a backwards ride because I think I'm throwing in the towel on this one. It's I've got too much to do. So, backwards ride. We took it for a ride. Might have been a backwards ride, but we finally rode it after all that time of working on it. So I call it a somewhat of a success. I'm probably off camera going to raise it up in the rear and see if it'll catch that forward gear. Maybe try to adjust it. I might mess with it for another 15-20 minutes. If I can't figure it out by then, I think we're going to go ahead and tell Shaggy to come get it. It's going, it just needs one little adjustment, and
he can take care of that himself. I know he can do it. So let's see what we can do, see if we can get it 100%, and we're not going to put much time into it, but we're going to try. So hopefully I get y'all back on the camera, and we got forward and reverse gears, and we can just call this thing done. Alright folks, we're done with this one. I cannot get it to adjust right, it only has reverse. It's just a pain in the butt. So I'm going to tell Shaggy he's going to have to come get it and iron the rest of it out himself. I'm a little too busy to be able to tackle that. But we did get it running. We got it riding, just not in the right direction. But it is moving, and that's a good thing. And we did get to ride it. So I call it sort of a win. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes you come out I call this a So hope you guys enjoyed the video more than I enjoyed working on this thing, because I really didn't. It's been a pain in the butt and made me want to pull my hair out. But be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment down below. Stay tuned for the newer videos. Check out the Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. We all post different shop content to there, so be sure to follow us there. Check us out and come join us at Flying Brian's Garage Mud and Race Mowers. Share your builds, share your ideas, just come mingle with us. All that good stuff. Stay tuned for the newer videos. We got some stuff coming out. And you can also, if you're in Flying Brian's Garage mood, go to the channel and click on playlists, and there's a bunch of good videos there for you to watch. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start working on another project, which is this guy. So hope you guys will stay tuned for that, and I will see you guys on the next episode, this episode hopefully, and we'll get this purple people eater fixed and out of the shop, either back to Shaggy or sold, whichever he wants to do. But I will see you guys on the next episode.